Greetings and salutations, everyone. I am, as always, Darth Devious, bringing you another video review. And here we are, another one of the thrilling 30 Transformers, this time Hoist, with his IDW comic in the background, which I have not read yet, which I'll get around to. And you see, same packaging as all the others. And there he is on the side, you know, Hoist, number 5. Still Series 2, it says. You can, we'll zoom in so you can read that on your own time. And there's his tech spec. Alright. And his product shot. And you see he's pretty much trail cutter with a different back end and a different head. So, there you go. Come out all the way. We'll get rid of the package and we'll bring in the little tow truck. Alrighty. Come on down. And here you go. He's not too bad, you know, for being Hoist. I like the G1 Hoist. It was always one of my favorites, you know, even more than the Trailbreaker from G1. Hoist just had something a little extra. I don't know what it was. And, you know, Hoist is a movie star because Hoist goes to Hollywood and gets called Moist. Alright, if you haven't seen that G1 episode, you need to go see it now. Hoist goes to Hollywood. And you see, it's same truck as Trailbreaker. There's some nicer painted details on him than that Trailbreaker had, but I'm going to bring in Trailbreaker and you're going to see I added a lot, so. His rims are actually done, which is nice. That's always one of my pet peeves, and it's nice to see that they're done. I like the tow hook, and I will show you, yes, you can actually tow somebody with it. He does suffer from the same thing that the Trail Cutter had, which is nothing painted on the back end. I will be taking care of that, of course. Front end, nothing's painted here. It's all black. They did paint in the other set of lights, and these are silver instead of gold. He still has a lovely Autobot symbol, just like Trail Cutter has. And even though it's a different shade of green, I'm hoping the camera picks that up, because that is just fantastic. Because it's that translucent plastic, there's green metallic fleck paint on that, and it just sparkles. It's just an extra added touch that I didn't think. Let's see if the camera will pick that up. See if you can see that. See that? That is just really nice. And, you know, they carry it around for the whole windshield. Really nice. Nice little touch that, you know, didn't need to be done, but they did it anyway, and it is appreciated, of course. And here he is with Trail Cutter. As you can see, I did his front bumper and his little tow hook there, and lights there, and nose lights there. Did his rims. Just added some details onto him that needed to be done. Did his tail lights and his back bumper. Some of this stuff I'm going to do to Hoist, some of it I'm not. I'm going to do the tail lights and the bumper. Probably not going to add anything else to him. I might do the little winch up in the front just to have it stand out. But because he already has double lights painted, he doesn't really need much else. And in robot mode, he doesn't need anything. I did add some stuff to Trail Cutter in robot mode that makes him a little bit more comic book accurate. Not exactly cartoon accurate, but more accurate to the comic book. So, and yeah, I picked out some details on that thing, his shield. As I said, you can, you know, use the hook to tow. You know. Come on, I'll get you to Ratchet. So there you go. Now, because his transformation is identical to Trail Cutter's, and Trail Cutter's review has probably only been up for a couple weeks by this point, I'm going to skip it. And we're just going to go right to their robot modes, and we'll look at that. So I'll be right back. And we're back, and as you see, here's Hoist in his very lovely and very nicely G1-y robot mode. Nice orange on his legs that comes out, and in his arms, and the silver in the front. Very cool, very cool. I'll zoom in on his head sculpt in a minute because he does have a completely different head from Trail Cutter. And He does have yellow light piping. In the package I thought it was blue until I took him out. When I took him out of the packaging, I was indeed, pleasantly surprised that it was yellow, which is accurate to Hoist. Now this hook becomes a gun. Alright, so you fold in the hook, fold that down, and you fold that down, and it's passable as a handgun. There's the barrel, there's the sight. Caution striping on it is a little odd, but that's needed, and he can hold it. I know there's a third-party company that's doing extra bits for both Trail Cutter and Hoist, where you can like fold in the arm and have an accurate gun arm and things like that. I may look into them if they're not going to be too outrageously expensive, but we'll see. We'll see. Alright. And his, articulation, identical. His head is a little bit loose. That's like the only thing I have with him. His head's a little loose, but it's not going to go anywhere. It's screwed in place. Ball joint, shoulders, cut, good 90-degree bend in the elbow. Waist, which is just an added bonus because he doesn't need it for transformation. Ball jointed hips, cut, 90-degree bend at his knee, a little bit of toe pivot. Just all in all, very good posability for a very cool version of Hoist. Easy. How dare you destroy Grapple's solar tower? Yeah. I was thinking of grabbing Grapple for this review, but to do that, I'd have to go into my garage and dig through a whole bunch of stuff because Grapple's one of the figures that's unfortunately packed away in the garage right now, along with a couple hundred others. So I don't have a big house, I don't have a lot of room, so I gotta make sacrifices. Alright, let me back out so I can bring in Trail Cutter in his robot mode, and you can see the two of them together. Alright. And you can see some more of the details I added to Trail Cutter. A little gray here. The legs mainly, and the waist area. His feet. Added some more details to his shield, as you can see. Just things to enhance him. And I'm going to zoom in on Hoist's face so you can see. And it's a very nice G1-y face. His light piping does work. I'm not getting too much light from behind it. It works okay, but the light piping entry is all the way down here, and you've got this thing behind his head, so it's kind of hard to get it to work at times, unless you really turn his head. But still, it's a very G1-y Hoist face. And if we bring in Trail Cutter, yes, I did his visor, and I used a clear red Sharpie on it to so I didn't lose the light piping, but I get the red visor that he's supposed to have. Little tip, just take the head apart, pull the light piping thing out, hit it with a red Sharpie, put it back in. It's not that hard. Yeah. When I thought his was blue, I was actually planning on just painting his eyes straight yellow. I still might do that since his light piping isn't the best, but we'll see. Alright, let me back out. So there you go. There's, IDW Hoist with his mold mate Trail Cutter. Just like they shared a mold in G1, they share a mold here. So yeah, these IDW figures, they just keep on impressing me. Except for Bumblebee. We've gone over that. Bumblebee, he just feels like a knockoff compared to all the rest of them. I don't know what it is. I really don't. Alright guys, that is gonna do it. So if you see Hoist, I found him at Target. Start looking, they're out there. Alright guys, you all be good. He'll put out a force field, and then he'll hook you with his hook and drag you around. Be good. I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. Director.